Joel Embiid is the best player in the entire NBA right now. He is currently having the best season that I have witnessed in my past 3 years of watching NBA basketball, and I believe he is having the best individual season since 2016 Steph Curry. That is how utterly, incomprehensibly incredible Joel Embiid is playing this year. You all saw the game, or if you didn't see the game last night against the Jazz, you seriously missed out. Embiid had 40 points and 19 rebounds. He now has more 40-point, 10-rebound games than the entire rest of the NBA combined this year, with 5 of them. Alright? He was 1 rebound away from another 40 and 20 game, which he's already had 1 of this season. The man is an absolute monster. And look, if you don't like Joel Embiid, you may as well click off this video now, because this video is 90% going to be me praising how good Embiid is, because the dude's freaking incredible, okay? Let me give a little bit of credit to the Jazz. They were really good last night. I completely understand why the Jazz are the 1 seed in the NBA. They are incredible. They have great ball movement, they have really good defensive rotations, and their players just know what they're doing. Unfortunately, Joel Embiid was just a little bit too good, and then Tobias Harris was just a little bit too good in overtime. Donovan Mitchell specifically started the game off amazing. The dude could not miss in the first quarter. He had several contested pull-up threes that were ridiculous. He'd hit these layups over Joel Embiid while he had his hands straight up, and they would just float right in. He has incredible touch around the rim. I saw a post earlier today that said Donovan Mitchell is not a top 40 player in the NBA. It just made me laugh, because that's ridiculous. Now, is he a top 20 player? No, I don't think he is. But top 40? Hell yeah, he is. I can't believe anyone thinks he isn't. But look, the Jazz were really good. But a few weeks ago, Keith Pompey apparently told Doc Rivers that he thought Joel Embiid was scared to play the best centers in the NBA because he'd missed the previous game against the Jazz and because he missed the game against the Nuggets, even though it was freaking Corona time. Like, that one wasn't his fault at all. He said some stupid thing like, well, it seems like Joel Embiid, he's afraid of the best centers in the NBA, and Joel Embiid clowned him tonight. I love the interview after the game where he freaking called out Keith Pompey. What a fucking idiot he is. Oh my goodness, this game was good. Joel Embiid killed it. Another shout out to Tobias Harris as well, before I going more to Embiid and his season overall. Tobias Harris had 11 of our 13 points in overtime. He could not be stopped. And part of that is also thanks to Joel Embiid, because of the gravity he pulls, and also the fact that when Harris got his first bucket, Embiid was the one to sit there and say, hey, keep giving the ball to Harris because he's scoring. Absolutely fantastic. Ben Simmons, by the way, is one of the 2 best defenders in the NBA. He was locking down, especially on Donovan Mitchell at the end of the game, because Mitchell started great, and at the end, he just could not get anything against Ben Simmons. Mike Conley's really good, but I don't understand why they gave him the ball for the game winner. He missed that one, of course. He missed the game winner in the series against the Nuggets last year. Mike Conley's a great player, but stop giving him the game-tying ball, okay? He's not... Clearly, that's not what he's good at, alright? Clearly, it's not the man's strength. Joel Embiid has just been dominating quote-unquote defensive player of the year players this year. He dropped 28 on Anthony Davis after LeBron James shoved him to the ground and hurt him in the game. He murdered Miles Turner the other night, and now he just dropped 40 on Rudy Gobert. Who the heck can stop this man one-on-one? Absolutely no one can, because Joel Embiid is the best player in the league. He's the best post player since Shaq, the best center period since Shaq. The man is an absolute monster. Let's look at his overall stats this season. He's currently averaging 30.2 points per game, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. He's also doing this on a career-low 2.5 fouls per game, which is just really nice, and also 3 turnovers, alright, 3.2 turnovers, which is not great, but at least it's below his assist amount, and that is I believe the second time in his career Embiid has had less turnovers than assists, so it's improvement, alright? He is putting up this incredible 30 points per game on 52% from the field and 41.6% from 3 along with 85.6% from the free throw line. So 30 points on 52% from the field, 42% from 3, 86% from the line, if you round up. That is why I believe he is clearly the MVP favorite right there. That is enough. Alright, LeBron James has been amazing, and Nikola Jokic has been amazing, but Jokic is not even close to the defender Embiid is. In fact, he is a bad defender, and LeBron James is not as good on defense as Embiid, and his efficiency is not as good. Even though he is very, very efficient, his three-point shooting has fallen off a cliff in February, and he's just not as good as Joel Embiid this year. Joel Embiid, by the way, I think I said it already, but one of the two best defenders in the NBA. The only guy competing with him right now is Ben Simmons, and I don't see how that's a debate. The man is incredible. He showed it last night. He's been showing it all season. ESPN released a freaking Defensive Player of the Year list recently that had Jamal Murray on there at 5, but they didn't even mention Joel Embiid. What on earth are you smoking? Rudy Gobert is not a better defender than Joel Embiid. Okay? Miles Turner, clearly not a better defender than Joel Embiid. Anthony Davis, LeBron James. The only people you can say are better defenders than Joel Embiid are Ben Simmons, and again Ben Simmons, because I meant to say people as like a singular, but I didn't use it right. Ben Simmons is the only guy you can argue. Alright? And I think it's totally fine if you think Ben Simmons is better, but Joel Embiid is clearly one of the top two. Now let's look at some more advanced stats here. Alright? Joel Embiid, per 100 possessions, is currently averaging... Oh man, these are crazy. Joel Embiid, per 100 possessions, alright, is putting up 43.5 points on 64.6 true shooting percentage. That is tied with Michael Jordan for the 6th highest per 100 possessions points per game all time. Michael Jordan is also number 1 with 46.4 points, alright? Joel Embiid is also tied with Steph Curry for the highest true shooting percentage of anyone in the top 10 in per 100 possession scoring. Steph Curry 2016, obviously. He's tied with him. He's also tied with Steph Curry for true shooting percentage this season, which is Steph Curry's 3rd highest true shooting percentage season in his career, along with 2016, and then 2018 is number 1. What the hell? This dude is one of the most efficient players in the NBA. He's arguably the best defender in the NBA, and he's arguably the best offensive player in the NBA. He's also top 5 in clutch scoring. I believe he is 4th right now. The man is absolutely incredible, unstoppable, and he needs to be given the MVP. If Joel Embiid does not get the MVP at the end of this season, it's just rigged. It's just rigged, and that's a fact, and the NBA would have to be absolutely insane to try and give it to anyone else, unless Embiid is some kind of massive fall-off in the second half of the season. Right now, I think he's the best player in the league. And I think that anyone who is trying to deny that, and who is trying to find criticisms for that, and who is just doing anything they can to tear down Embiid's season, first of all, why? Just stop being salty, just enjoy it. And really, that's the whole point, just enjoy it. This is the best season that I have watched as an NBA fan. Like I said, I think it's the best individual season since Steph Curry in 2016. I started watching at the end of 2018, by the way, if you were curious. I think you are absolutely wasting your own experience here if you just spend your time trying to tear down Joel Embiid's season instead of just enjoying how phenomenal he has been. This is an all-time great player having an all-time great season right now. And I cannot wait for the second half of the year for the 76ers. I'm going to have to make a video on them soon as an overall first half recap, but Joel Embiid, A++. Dude has been nothing short of fantastic, borderline perfect to start this season, and I can't wait to see the rest of it. As a Sixers fan and as an NBA fan, I cannot wait to see some more of Joel Embiid. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your day.